Good morning, children. It's Thursday. This is your next maths video, and the maths is following on from yesterday's and the day before's learning, except now there is a slightly different aspect in some of the questions as well. So, just as a quick warm-up then, some of you have got questions similar to this again. We know that I'm going to draw a bar and I'm going to split it into 7 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in this question, that is representing the number 42. Now, I need to work out what each of these are individually by dividing by 7, which is 6. So each of these are worth 6. The question wants me to find out what 6 groups of them are then. So I need to add up 6 times, or do 6 times by 6, which is 36. So 6/7 of 42 would be 36. Moving on to the next question, 4/7 of 560 grams in kilograms, fraction of amount first, please. I'm going to do this part of the question first. Just do this. So I need to draw a bar. I need to split it into 7 groups again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. And in this question, the bar is representing 560 grams. And I need to work out then what each of these are by dividing 560 by 7. So I need to do 560 divided by 7. Well, if I do 56 divided by 7 first, 56 divided by 7 is 8. So 560 divided by 7 would be 80 grams. Okay, so each of these are worth 80. And then the question wants me to work out what 4 of these would be. So I need to work out what those 4 there are by doing 80 times by 4, which is 8, 16, 24, 32, so 320 grams. But the question then says in kilograms. So I now need to convert it across. And I know that 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So to get from grams to kilograms, I times by 1,000. So I divide by 1,000, sorry. So 320 divided by 1,000 would be 0.32 kilograms. And that would be my final answer. Now, just as a bit of revisiting, you're used to these questions. Brooke has a hair clip. It's 45 millimeters long. She breaks 2/7 off. How much does she break off in centimeters? So 3 parts to do here. First, I'll draw my bar. I'm going to split it into 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know in this question it's representing 45 millimeters. I need to work out what one of those 7ths are by dividing 45 by 7, which how many 7s go into 45 isn't going to be a very nice answer, so I'm actually going to change it to 49 for making this easier. How many 7s go into 49 is indeed 7. So each of these are worth 7 millimeters. Okay. Now I then need to work out what 2 of these are, because that's what she breaks off. So that's this part here. So she breaks off 14 millimeters. But the question says how much does she break off in centimeters? Going back to my basic, I know that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So to get from millimeters to centimeters, I divide by 10. So 14 divided by 10 is 1.4 centimeters. That's how much she breaks off. Okay. Now, Chloe measures herself. She is 1.3 meters tall. The next day, she is 1/5 shorter. Quite a bit of difference. What does she measure the next day? So first of all, she's 1.3 meters. The next day, she's 1/5 shorter. Right, so I'm going to draw a bar. I'm splitting it into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know in the question, this represents 1.3 meters. I'm converting eventually to centimeters, and I don't like dividing decimals, so I'm going to do that conversion now. And I know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So to get from meters to centimeters, I times by 100. So I'm going to do that now, and I get 130 centimeters. So I'm no longer going to deal with the 1.3. So I now next need to work out what each of these 5ths are by dividing 130 by 5, and I can do that with a quick bus stop here. 5s into 1 don't go, 5s into 13 go twice with 3 lefts. How many 5s in 30 is 6. So I know that each of these are worth 26 centimetres. Now the next day she's 1/5 shorter, so she's this part shorter. That is no longer there. So I'm working out then what 130, what she was on day 1, take away my 26s. 10 take 6 is 4, 2 take 2 is 0. So she measures at 104 centimetres the next day. Okay? Now, you've then got questions, some of you, which look a little bit like this, which is 2/5 more than 20. So first thing I'm going to do is work out what 2/5 of 20 is. And you know how to do that. I draw myself a bar, I split it into 5. This is representing 20. I work out what each of these are by dividing 20 by 5, which of course is 4. So each of these are worth 4. Now the question then says though, what is 2/5 more than 20? Well, what is 2/5 of 20? 2/5 of 20 is 8, 2 lots of 4. So 2/5 more than 20, well 8 added to our starting number, which is 20. So I add on my 2/5 of 20, add 20 is 28. So I've got my 2/5, which is here, and I add it to our starting number. So that's actually really quite straightforward. Again here, 2/3 less than 18. Well, first thing I'm going to do is work out 2/3 of 18 by drawing myself a bar. I'm splitting it into 3. We know the question is representing 18 here, so I'm going to work out what each of these are by dividing by 3. I know that each of these here are 6. So 2/3 less than 18. Well, I'm starting with 18. I'm then taking 2 of those thirds away. So I'm taking away these 2 green parts here, which is 12. So I need to do 18, take away the 12, which leaves me with 6. So my answer is just simply 6. Okay. Now, then some of you have got slightly harder questions which involve our unit of measure conversions again as well. So 2/5 more than 20 centimetres in metres. Well, I'm going to draw my bar. I'm going to split it into 5, which is there. 2/5 more than 20. So each of this, we know the bar is worth 20 centimetres here. And I need to work out what each of these are by dividing by our denominator, which is 5, splitting them into 5 groups. So each of those are worth 4 centimetres. Okay, now the question says what's 2/5 more than 20 centimetres? Remember, I'm just doing this part first. Don't worry about the converting until after. So I need to work out what 2 of those fifths are, which is 8. So I'm going to add on, because it's more than my 2/5, which is 8, to our starting number of 20. So I get 28 centimetres. Now, that is 2/5 more than 20. I now need to do this part, which is converting it to metres. So I know that 1 metre is 100 centimetres. So to get from centimetres to metres, I divide by 100. So I need to do 28 divided by 100, which is 0.28 metres. So 2/5 more than 20 centimetres in metres is 0.28. Remember, the number is getting larger, greater. Another question, very similar. 3/8 less than 3,200 metres in kilometres. So I'm going to draw my bar. I'm going to split it into 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we know that in this question, it's representing 3,200 metres. Now, I next need to work out what each of these individual sections are by dividing by 8. And so I can do 3,200 divided by 8, or I can actually make it a bit easier for myself and do 32 divided by 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, which is 4. So 320 divided by 8 would be 40. So 3,200 divided by 8 would be 400. Okay, now, so I know that each of these sections are worth 400, not 4,000. Okay, etc. Now I need to work out 3/8 less. So I need to work out what this part is taken away to leave me with just this part. So I'm going to do my 3,200, take away my 3/8 value, which is 4, 8, 12, 1,200. That leaves me with 2,000 metres. Now I look at the final part of the question, which asks me to convert it into kilometres, and I know that 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres, so 2 kilometres is going to be 2,000 metres, so my final answer is going to be 2 metres. Okay, kilometres, sorry. Now, final part. Ryan walks to Tesco's, which is 861 metres away. He stops 3/7 of the way for a rest. How much further does he have to walk? Well, if I draw my bar, I'm splitting it into sevenths because we've got 3/7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we know that in this question, it represents the number 861 metres. So I need to work out, first of all, how many metres he stops. And I can do that by, first of all, splitting 861 into 7 equal groups by doing a quick bus stop. 861 split into 7. 7 into 8 go once, with 1 remaining. 7 into 16 go twice, with 2 remaining. 7 into 21 go 3. So each of these are worth 123 metres. So 1/7 is 123, 2/7 is 246, etc., etc. Now, I then need to say, okay, he stops 3/7 of the way. So this is where he stops, just here. He still has all this part to walk. Okay, this is Tesco's at the end here. Okay, now, so I can work out how far he's walked by doing 123 times by 3, which is 9, 6, 369 metres is how far he's walked. So the question, though, says how much further does he have to go? So I then need to do my starting number, the total distance, which is 861. I need to take away when he stops, how much he's already walked, which is 369. Can't do 1 take away 9, so I exchange. 11 take 9 is 2. 5 take 6 I can't do, so that's a 7. 15 take 6 is 9. 7 take 3, 7, 6 is 492 metres. So he still has 492 metres to walk. But the question then says in kilometres. So I then need to convert that to kilometres. And I know that 1,000 metres is 1 kilometre. So 492 metres. To get from metres to kilometres, I divide by 1,000. So divide 492 by 1,000, I get 0.492. Remembering, I don't need to do a formal method. I just move the digits 3 times. So that is today's maths. That is what you are going to do. They are some really tricky questions, but with this video, it will help you. And remember, you can always leave us a message and we can remotely get into your work and talk you through some of those by leaving you voice notes or typing on the sheet for you. So good luck with today. You will need to persevere. They are fairly tricky, but hopefully this video should help you. Well done.